Oh, hi guys. I was just getting my Bible study in for today. Um, I'll put this away for now and I'll get back to this at the end of the video. Yeah, I love the good book. Everybody should read it. Welcome back to Rotten Pumpkins. I am your host, Quentin von Wolfhausen. Today, I've got three low budget horror movies that slid under the radar that are fantastic and they have sudden, unexpected plot twists that may just blow you away. I've also got one extra bonus. I've got a movie that did phenomenal with the critics. Even on Rotten Tomatoes, it's a blast, but I thought it was terrible. Stick around and find out what that final movie is.
Rotten pumpkins, I invoke the Pumpkin King.
So coming in at number 3 was Night Shift 2023.
It's Gwen, right?
Gwen Taylor.
Teddy Miles. It's my place. Look, I know it looks as if the damn Addams family used to live here. But trust me, this place is harmless.
So Night Shift is a 2023 American horror film written and directed by Paul and Benjamin China, the China brothers, in their directorial debut. The film stars Phoebe Tonkin, Lamorne Morris, and Madison Hugh. While working her first night at a remote motel, a young woman, Gwen Taylor, begins to suspect that she is being followed by a dangerous character from her past. As the night progresses, Gwen's isolation and safety, however, are made all the worse when she starts to realize that the motel may also be haunted. And that is about the gist of this movie. Phoebe Tonkin, who I love, she was in The Vampire Diaries and she was also in the originals. This girl is a werewolf. Well, she's played a werewolf in The Vampire Diaries and in the originals. In this movie, she's taking a job. This is her first night at this hotel way out in the middle of nowhere. She's there. She's alone. There's nobody else there. A strange car pulls up. A strange car leaves. It's real mysterious. As the night goes on, it gets creepier and creepier. I mean, there's rats running around the ceiling. There's stuffed animal taxidermy heads that are falling. There's strange happenings going on, and she's convinced this hotel is haunted. She calls the manager. Manager's too far away. He's out on a date. This movie surprised me with a major, major plot twist that I did not see coming. I was impressed. What did I like about it? I loved, Phoebe Tonkin was great. The acting was good in this movie. It's very low budget. I liked this creepy hotel isolated out in the middle of nowhere. Cool setting. There was suspense. The scripting was good. Initially, in the beginning of the movie, when she was first meeting the manager of this hotel, I felt like it was a little weak, but that may have just been the character's intention, the way it was supposed to go down. I loved the twist. The twist is a mega massive part of this movie that I did not see coming. So kudos for that. What did I not like? I think the special effects team on this movie were pretty weak. They didn't understand physics, if they even had a special effects team on this movie. I'm sorry, but when you take an axe to the chest, you open a door and you look down and there's an axe in your chest. It doesn't go down like that. If you get hit with an axe and it's embedded in your chest, you're going to go flying. You're going to go moving. What is a 4-pound axe head slamming into your chest? It's not going to be like, oh, look at that. Yeah, so they got some of the gore off, and there was gore. Pretty good gore. Surprisingly, I didn't think there would be any. The very ending, there's like an after scene. It's still in the movie. It's not in the end credits or anything. But this after scene was just like, I don't know. It didn't quite feel right. I felt like maybe they should have done something different. They definitely had to do something, but I just feel like they didn't execute the very final scene that well. And you have to watch it to see what I mean. This movie gets 4 pumpkins. Was it perfect? No, it was not a perfect movie. Was it enjoyable? It was. It was fun, simple, campy, stuck out in the middle of nowhere. This poor girl ends up, paranoid, and maybe this hotel's haunted on top of it. Really cool little movie. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I recommend it.
Hi, it's Brenda. I'll call you back.
Hey, Brenda, it's Wes calling you again. I just needed to hear your voice.
I love you very much.
Coming in at number 2 is Glorious. This was another fun one. And I really love the actor in this movie, Ryan Kwanten. Ryan Kwanten is from True Blood. If you've ever seen that, if you're a fan of horror, highly recommend True Blood. That is a great, great series. But you're going to need some time because it stretches on for 9 seasons, 9 years. And then we have J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons is in this movie. He is the guy, Jonah Jameson, the voice from Spider-Man. Hey, Spidey, you better get in here. Get out of here now. I'm sure that was a wonderful impression. Anyway, Glorious is a 2022 American comedy horror film directed by Rebecca McKendry, and it stars Ryan Kwanten and J.K. Simmons. The film involves a heartbroken man encountering a strange, all-knowing entity in a rest stop in a bathroom stall. So I have already done a review for this entire movie. It's a standalone, and I'll post a link to it at the end if you're curious. This movie is interesting. This guy goes through this horrific breakup. He's heartbroken. He drives his car out to the middle of nowhere. He finds a rest stop because he's got to pee, and he drinks himself, to near death. He burns all of his belongings, all of his girlfriend's belongings. He's that distraught. He's calling her over and over and over. I'm sure we've all been through that, right? Anyway, he goes into this bathroom and he pukes all of this alcohol up that he had binged on, and he pukes, and a voice starts talking to him in the corner of the bathroom. And it's not just any voice, it's a God, not the God, but a God warning him that a really big God is coming to destroy the universe, and that he, Ryan Kwanten, is the chosen one who is going to save the universe. And the voice of this God is J.K. Simmons. And I've got to tell you, the dialogue between them is great. The comedy is great. It was unexpected. I really didn't know what to think of this movie. And when you think this movie is going in one direction, it kind of goes a different direction. And once again, this is a lower budget film, and it is highly entertaining. I really enjoyed this movie. So for jump scares, it really doesn't have any. Is it going to give you nightmares? It's not that kind of movie. And for its final pumpkin rating, let's go ahead and give this movie another 4 stars. For me, it was highly entertaining. It kept me interested from the start until the end. And then it has that twist, and you're like, wow, holy shit. It's one of those twists. And now, coming in at number 1 on this list is a shocker, because this movie was made for $100,000. That is absolutely mind-boggling, because what they managed to do with this movie was phenomenal. I will tell you this, and listen closely. When you're watching this for the first 5, maybe 10 minutes, you're going to want to turn it off. I almost did. And it's hilarious because I actually checked this movie out on Reddit, and I am not the only one that almost turned it off. So I held in there, and then holy shit, it gets really good. This movie has some really good character development in it. But let me dive in and tell you what it's about.
In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, I command you to give me your name.
And cut. Nice job, everybody. Good job.
The Cleansing Hour is a 2019 American horror film directed by Damien Levesque about a staged, televised exorcism that takes a nefarious turn. That doesn't really sum it up. So what it is, it's social media guys, they have their YouTube or their Instagram, TikTok channels. They film fake exorcism. That's the whole basis of their channel. And it's pretty entertaining what they're doing. But the main guy, the Father Max, he's a Catholic priest. He performs these exorcisms. He's a young guy, mid-20s, maybe 30. He's kind of a douchebag. Whoa. He's not kind of a douchebag. He is a douchebag. He's pretending to be this God-fearing religious guy. Meanwhile, there's sex and drugs and alcohol, blah, blah, blah. And he's pulling a fast one on everybody with his fake exorcisms, which are fun to watch his staged exorcism. It's pretty cool what they're doing. This movie takes it a step further, and it's so impressive. Just don't turn it off after the first few minutes. Stick with it because it gets really good. This isn't a spoiler, but what happens is a demon actually ends up possessing one of their fake exorcism participants, and all hell breaks loose. Kudos to the girl that was possessed, Alex Angeles. She did a bang-up job. She was phenomenal. She was fantastic. She was a believable demon. The special effects that they managed to get away with such a low budget was really impressive. So the twist, it's pretty cool. And even the very ending, it made this movie bigger than what it really was. And you need to see it in order to understand what I'm talking about. So I highly recommend this movie. I will give this one 4.5 pumpkins. Was it perfect? No. But this one is number one out of these three movies. And it was so fun. If you don't like it, oh well. I loved this movie, even though I almost turned it off after the first 5 or 10 minutes because it felt so cheap. But trust me when I say it gets so much better than the first 5 or 10 minutes. It's a movie that I definitely recommend. And so, the big budget horror movie that is fairly recent, that is a flop, in my opinion, a movie that I found myself yawning and wanting to go to sleep, was this.
There she is. The almost birthday girl. Oh, but it seems I wore my long legs today. What happens if
Yeah, long legs. Why does this movie have so much hype around it? Why did I see so many reviews of people ranting and raving about this movie? I don't get it. It was a non-stop sleep fest for me. I was struggling. I thought about sticking toothpicks in my eyes to keep them open. This movie was so slow. It had an anticlimactic climax. I just don't get it. The only thing that I didn't even enjoy it. It was more annoying. Nicolas Cage's character in this movie, he was creepy. And I'm not going to give away a spoiler as to what he or who he is. But I was so unimpressed with this movie. It was monotonous. It was boring. I wish I could get my time back from watching it, but finally I watched it, and I will never watch this movie again. Well, maybe I will. Maybe I will. I'll give it another try because there have been movies that I've hated, and then I go back and watch it again, and I'm like, oh, okay. but I doubt this is going to be one of them. So I don't know. What is it about Longlegs? Let me know down in the comments. Did you love it? Or are you one of those like me that thought it was a boring piece of, never mind. Just let me know in the comments. I'm real curious because I truly could not find anything likable about this somber, dreadful movie. The best part was when the credits came on the screen. True story. If you made it this far, guys, like, subscribe. If you didn't like it, why'd you stay so long? Seriously. Anyway, I've got to get back to some reading. I'm really not the religious type, but I've got the good book out today, and I'm going to read some passages for you, see what we can do. Actorna de sanctos proribos dictorna, nocturna de salvato satanico entero su conchata, platu ferrata necto. What the fuck is going on? Oh shit, oh no, I had the wrong book. God damn it, not again.